of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 3. And for San Antonio, filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. And it's Fox in at the point guard position. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Vassell, the pass to Fox. Pulls from the top of the key. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And no doubt Fox has a scorer's mentality. He is constantly in attack mode.
George looking over the floor. Outside, Markkanen. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Sends the ball, no good. The Spurs have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. And he comes up with the deuce.
A bigger guard, 6'6" Castle, can just overwhelm defenders. Impressive for his age.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Now Markkanen. Nurkic trying to get open. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just how it goes, but also we got to give credit to the defense. They're not making it easy out there.
Fox, no good. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. George against Fox. Here's Sensabaugh. He had 27 points last game. Outside, George. Over Fox. That's good for George on the assist by Markkanen.
I like seeing Markkanen move the ball like this, wanting to get his teammates going.
And here is Fox. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Pass to Wembanyama. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
You can be sure, GA, that as the Spurs build this team, there will be no shortcuts.
Well, they're surely eyeing that group 8 hours north in OKC. Another young core that's not going anywhere. If the Spurs want to contend, the standard's been set.
Here's Wembanyama. He has 5. Vassell, no good. George against Fox, 13 feet away. And Utah again with the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Wembanyama with the bucket.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Now, here's George. 17 points in his last outing. 3-pointer, Markkanen. Vassell grabs the board. Spurs leading by 5. And Fox has it in the corner. That 3 off the mark.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Here's Mikhailuk. Nothing on the board.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Up top, Fox. Defended by George. 11 feet away. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
And the speed of De'Aaron Fox. Wow. GA, he gets up the court in a hurry.
And you combine his water bug quickness with the towering size of Wembanyama. It's a 1-2 punch that promises to confound opponents for years to come.
Well, Stan, after 8 seasons with the Kings, a new chapter for De'Aaron Fox now in San Antonio.
Yeah, Kevin, and look, you got to be excited about that if you're a San Antonio fan. De'Aaron Fox and Victor Wembanyama together? Is there a better pick-and-roll combination in the league? The sky's the limit for that dude.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Nurkic with it. He has yet to score. And once again, off the mark by Utah. Barnes passes to Wembanyama. Good. 9 points for Victor Wembanyama.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Looking to end the run, and it's good on the layup.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
San Antonio leading by 8. Wembanyama looking it over. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Barnes, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Sensabaugh. Nurkic a screen on Castle. To the paint. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
On the wing, Fox. Defended by George. Pass to Mikhailuk. Outside, George. Now, here's Markkanen. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Now, Castle. Outside, Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Not enough on that one as it misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Now George. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Markkanen from outside. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 4 rebounds in this game. And Fox gets it to go.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. The Spurs making a switch here. Harper's checked in, so Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Here's Filipowski. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Pass to Collier. Picked by Markkanen. Launches from deep. A rebound by the Spurs. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
And nothing feels better than a win where team defense is the main factor.
Now, Filipowski. Here's Bailey. That one's in, his first shot this game. San Antonio leading by 11. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. We talked about Lauri Markkanen, and I asked him how he wanted his players to guard him tonight, and he said we can't afford to lose sight of him out on the perimeter because he's a big that can really shoot it, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll. It'll be interesting to see how Markkanen fares against them in this one. Guys?
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you. And Utah has possession, following the bucket by the Spurs. And the basket by Bailey.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Vassell. No scoring in this one. And here's a look at some numbers for him.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at the true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
So both teams making some changes here. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And here's Love for 3. A rebound by Johnson.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Spins. Pass to Champagnie. Now Cornet. Spurs passing it around. Johnson can't hit. The Jazz shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Back to Love. Here's Collier. Love with the screen on Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. Collier. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. San Antonio leading by 11. Pass to Cornet. Outside Harper. And here is Johnson. Now Harper. There's the 3. That one falls. Coming off the Johnson feet.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Now, here's Harper. He's tightly guarded, uses the glass to finish the layup.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Left side, Love. Shoots over Cornet. Another miss by Utah. Here's San Antonio. 16-point lead. This is their first chance this season playing the Jazz.
And 2 teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Here's Champagnie. Still yet to score. Johnson surveying the floor. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Takes the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And that's been a strong suit for Love for a long time. If he spots a wide open man, he's going to make the right choice.
Now here's Harper. He has 5. Johnson outside. Down low. Here's Cornet. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
The court awareness improving with time. Johnson with a great pass there.
For San Antonio, they have shot just 1 free throw early. 1 for 1 in the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
San Antonio making a switch here. Fox is checked in. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now, and it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Now, here's George. Rebound by Sohan.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Now, here's Fox. Back to Sohan. Three-pointer. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Spurs lead by 16. And we'll be back with you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Spurs team out there.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. We've got George. Also Collier out there. Kyle Filipowski is out there with Bailey. And it's Hendricks in at the 4. Now, here's Johnson. Hasn't made one yet. Looking for Cornet. He gets it there. Good on the shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Filipowski. Now, Bailey. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Collier.
The defense a step slow. You can see the result.
Harper the pass to Fox. Now here's Johnson. In the corner, Sohan with it. Over Hendricks. And it's Sohan missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Hendricks passes to George. Lets it fly. And that one is off.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Here's Cornet. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Spurs leading by 12. And here is Fox. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Cornet. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Filipowski.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These are the 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And as if the Spurs stand weren't already stocked with young talent, they moved up from 8th to the number 2 spot in the May draft lottery.
An embarrassment of riches, Kevin. And if any organization knows how to organically build through the draft, it's the Spurs.
Olenek is checked in for Luke Cornet. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Collier. He has 5. Here's Hendricks. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Fox passes to Olynyk. Here's Johnson. And the layup is good. Johnson's got his first bucket in this one.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Pass to Collier. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. Here's Collier. Back to the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Pass to Hendricks. No good on the three.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Filipowski with it. Now guarded by Fox. Collier. From outside, off the mark. Spurs leading by 13. What's the screen? On the wing, Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside, George. Beyond the arc. And Bailey gets it to go on the assist by George. And that's now 10 points for Ace Bailey. Deflects the pass. Filipowski passes to Collier. Back to Filipowski. Shoots over Fox. Here's Hendricks. Lock at 6. Rebound by Olynyk. The Spurs have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Outside Harper. Inside. It's stolen by Bailey. Fast break. Here come the Jazz. Filipowski passes to Collier. Pass to Bailey. Here's the three. And it's Harper with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Hits it from three-point range. Johnson's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, that's a good shot by Johnson. He's always a threat from out there.
They set the pick. Harper with the steal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Fox. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. He's got 11.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Pass to Hendricks. In the corner, George with it. Good on the triple.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Barnes comes in for Sohan. Vassell, he's checked in for Keldon Johnson. And Castle is subbed in for Harper. Fox with it. He's got 11. Pass to Wembanyama. Utah with the rebound. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Now Barnes, after Lowry Markkanen misses from long range. Three-pointer, Fox. Jazz trail by 14. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Rebounded by Castle. Castle's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, it's been a frustrating night for him at the offensive end. Just not able to give them any kind of a lift.
It's Vassell on the wing. He's guarded by Markkanen. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama. Doesn't go, only his 3rd miss in 9 tries. Jazz have gone 7 of 14 in the second quarter, shooting to the tune of 50%. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
Johnson's checked in for San Antonio. Collier, he's checked in for Utah. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen. These players have excelled at setting up their teammates this month. The 2K leaderboard shows us the recent assist leaders. And you look at Collier, currently 5th in the league in assists. Such court vision.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
From deep, Johnson. Rebound, Utah. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Sensabaugh. Off target from 3-point range. Spurs leading by 14. Pass to Castle. Here's Wembanyama. Johnson left side. Now Castle. 4 on the shot clock. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, Castle showing his ability to create and finish when the defense overcommits.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
Another thing they've done well is push the tempo. They're running the floor and converting on the fast break.
On the free throw, no good. And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild, but they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
And it's Collier missing. Spurs leading by 16. Vassell outside. And he banks in the layup.
A strong play by Vassell inside. Getting him a look this close is almost a sure bucket.
And finished off by Nurkic.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
And Wembanyama outside. Pass to Johnson. No good on the triple.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Collier. The Jazz working the ball around now. Fires for 3. Vassell grabs the board. Vassell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass Russell on the wing. He had 19 points in the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Here's Mikhailuk. It's a 16-point game.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Things have changed for him this quarter. It's starting to go his way.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Shooting one. Find the lanes. One shot.
Well, you know Johnson's a guy who likes to use that size and physicality to his advantage.
Jazz trail by 19. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Hello. I mean, that's what I call a move.
That is some artistry. Greg, you're right. On his way to the basket, he was soaring. Here's Wembanyama. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Jusuf Nurkic. The Spurs shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. For the Jazz, Kyle Filipowski comes in for Jusuf Nurkic. And Bailey subbed in for Collier. And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
Here's Sensabaugh. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And Stan Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
The first free throw is good. Well, Stan De'Aaron Fox said there was no list of teams he wanted to go to. He specifically said, I want to go to San Antonio.
Well, 2 words, Victor Wembanyama. Fox is a Texas native and saw an opportunity to pair himself with a rising superstar in a stable organization.
San Antonio leading by 18. Here's McLaughlin. To the inside. And it's Wembanyama with the jam.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Now, Markkanen, he's a player that you can only hope to slow down as he averages nearly 28 points a game. Pass to Sensabaugh. Knocks down the 3-ball. Sensabaugh's got 5 points now in the quarter. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. It's San Antonio leading by 17. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. They're measuring up the shot. Oh, better work next time. One more time, a round of applause for the participants.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. Well, before we move on to the next part of the show, hey, Jet, you get enough sleep last night?
Oh, why are you asking? I'm a little tired, but, I'm a busy man, Ernie. I got a lot going on, but I'm here. Like, what's going on? I'm ready. What are we doing here?
We're on now, but don't worry about it. You can sleep behind the desk. Nobody will even notice you're gone. Hey, get him a pillow.
Come on, fellas. We got a job to do. Take it a little seriously, would you?
Bring me a pillow, too.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the San Antonio Spurs.
I love how they've kept the ball moving. Make the defense play musical chairs out there.
Musical chairs? I think you mean hot potato because they're burning that D.
Whoa, Ernie.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. Trailing by 17. Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. And it's Fox in at the point. And that's the 5 to begin the second half for Mitch Johnson. Castle misses.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
Outside, George. Banked in off the glass. George has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Jazz. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama outside. Now Fox fires the 3. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist. Fox has got 14 points for the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here is George. Fires from deep. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And developing that 3-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
Fox deciding where to go with it. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now, here is George. He's got 12. The shot. And Utah again with the bucket.
They've got the offense clicking. 3 for 4 to start the half and looking confident.
Down low, here's Barnes. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Spurs lead by 17.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Sensabaugh. He has 7. Pass to Markkanen. Lets it go with a 3. And the Jazz another 3.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Now Vassell. A 3 from Wembanyama. Bangs home the trifecta. Wembanyama's got 22.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Back to George. The Jazz working the ball around now. Here's Sensabaugh. The shot's good on the assist by George. Sensabaugh's got 10.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
George passes to Markkanen. Outside, George. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Sensabaugh. And the three off target.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Fox. He's got 16. Sinks that one from the post. 18 points for him.
Yeah, even with the defense smothering him, Fox stays composed and gets it to go.
And here's George. He's got 12. Here's Sensabaugh. Lays it up off the glass. Sensabaugh's got 5 points now in the quarter.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it." And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball. Kevin?
Yeah, he's taken over. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And here's Nurkic. Harrison Barnes getting it to go from deep. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Good on the three-point shot. Markkanen's got 7.
Great response three from Markkanen. He's got such a fluid motion. You always think it's going in for him.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proven to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
And while we can now, let's check in on the top scoring rookies in the NBA. Stephon Castle, 3rd.
Well, coming in, you wondered how his talent would translate at this level in terms of scoring. And I've got to say, apparently, it's translating pretty well.
So it's San Antonio now. They led the game at 1 point by 20. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Jazz trail by 14 to the middle. Here's Nurkic. To the wing on the left. Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Sensabaugh. Castle covering. Clock at 4. Launches a 3. Sensabaugh, no good. Spurs leading by 14. Fox passes to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And that's one of Fox's strengths, trying to involve his teammates first. A really good passer who wants to play for his guys.
Here's Mikhailuk. He has 5. Three-pointer, Markkanen, nailed from three-point land. Markkanen's got 6 here in this quarter.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Here's George after the basket by San Antonio. Outside, Markkanen for 3, and the Jazz with another 3.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Now, here's Fox. 18 points for him. Makes it off the glass. And that's 20 points for De'Aaron Fox.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Here's George. 12 points for him. Pass to Sensabaugh. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Well, he's put that first half behind him and looks like his confidence is back.
Now, Wembanyama. look at the focus from Wembanyama. Drills it through contact. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Sensabaugh. Castle covering. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Nurkic bounce pass. Here's Sensabaugh. Plays it up and banks it in. Sensabaugh's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Wembanyama against Nurkic. Wembanyama with it. 26 points for him. Here's Castle. No good from outside. Jazz trail by 12. Nurkic dishes to George. Pass to Sensabaugh. And George gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Substitution of George.
Spurs leading by 12. Outside Harper. George with the steal. Pass to Collier. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 11 rebounds in the game. Champagnie passes to Sohan. Now Wembanyama, defended by George. Johnson in the corner. Here's Champagnie. Off target with his 3. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Johnson. Marking in a screen on Johnson. And it's Collier missing.
Wow, his shooting woes continue, and it's weighing down this offense.
Now Harper, he has 5. Pass to Wembanyama. Back to Harper. Fires the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb. Harper's got 8.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Now Bailey. Left side Markkanen. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, he's got such a sweet shot, but at 7 feet, Markkanen can also hurt you down low. An all-around offensive talent.
Now here's Harper. 8 points for him. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Markkanen. 15 points in the game. Back to George. Puts up a 3. Wembanyama with the rebound. San Antonio leading by 15. Johnson, the pass to Harper. Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama, a screen. A shot by Champagnie, no good. The Jazz shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Back to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. He's guarded by Harper. And the basket by Bailey.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Going to Wembanyama, any chance you get just makes a whole lot of sense. Victor is really on fire tonight.
Now here's Markkanen. The 3. A shot, no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. Back right after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Spurs leading by 15, and Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Collier out there with Keontae George. Then there's Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Bailey. And it's Hendricks in at the power forward.
And we've become accustomed to seeing this from Fox. A fantastic scorer who knows how to get himself going.
And there's the drive. Here's Filipowski. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
Take a break. And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
And he makes the first. The Spurs making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. Second free throw, no good. Now, Stan, there's a lot to like about the versatile game of Jeremy Sochan.
Well, look, Kevin, Jeremy Sochan is a guy that everybody's going to want. Jeremy Sochan can fit in anywhere. He's a great defender. He's got great toughness. He rebounds the ball, and he can pass and handle for a big guy. Who wouldn't want Jeremy Sochan?
The first one falls.
Watching Jeremy Sochan develop has been so interesting. He's a strong passer and defender, but he's working hard to be a more complete player.
So he gets them both.
Yeah, with how physical a game Sochan plays, you'd expect him to be at the stripe more.
Pass to Hendricks. Now Bailey. 11 feet away. Rebound by Sochan. Sochan's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Cornette. Basket counts.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
And the Jazz with possession here after the basket by San Antonio. Pass to Collier. 6 to shoot. And it's Bailey in the corner. And a miss there on the triple. And so Fox will bring it up for the Spurs. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Filipowski.
Talk about timing. That lead pass was right on cue.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Fox passes to Cornette. Here's Johnson. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently. Pass
to Hendricks. to the wing right side. Here's Collier. The three. Rebound by Sohan.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's George after the made shot from Keldon Johnson. And the Jazz call time here. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Luke Cornett. And Utah with a change here too. Markkanen's checked in. Pass to Bailey. Nice ball movement by Utah. George passes to Collier. Stan, what advice would you give to coaches that are leading a struggling team?
Well, Kevin, I think the number one thing, whether you're leading a struggling team or a team playing really well or anything in between, is to just stay consistent. Keep working on the things that you know over time make teams consistent. Go out and talk about those things day in and day out and try to get your team to focus on them.
Here's George. After the basket by De'Aaron Fox. Filipowski finds George. Here he goes. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Aggressive slash from the young guard. George fears no one when attacking the basket.
Shooting for Utah, George at the line for one.
One shot.
That free throw good from George.
And during his rookie year, Keontae George started about half of his game, running the point most of the time. That experience will pay off for him.
Bucket is good. Wembanyama's got 11 in the second half.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
George passes to Collier. Here's Filipowski, defended by Wembanyama. Collier, that's good.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama outside. Clock at 6. The shot from the low post is good. Wembanyama's got 4 points now in the quarter.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Pass to Markkanen. Markkanen sets the pick for George. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Wembanyama outside. And here is Fox. Well, Stan, one expression you hear, foul baiting. Players using sneaky tricks to draw a foul.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I'm not a huge fan of that, of guys developing that as a skill. But I will say this. It only works against undisciplined defense. If defense has the discipline to stay solid and fundamental, then you're not going to get baited into those things, and a lot of times those foul baiters end up taking bad shots. Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
There's no stopping that. Wembanyama with the forceful finish.
Here's George, following the bucket by the Spurs. stolen. And Fox has it in the corner. That three off the mark. Utah's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Markkanen passes to Filipowski. Now here is George. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Spurs. Sohan's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A pass to Fox. Here's Champagny. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got 6 assists in the game. Jazz have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Johnson. Collier, that's good.
And how about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
San Antonio calls timeout. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Here's Fox. In the corner, it's Wembanyama. And here is Fox. Wembanyama, a screen on George. Shot clock at 6. No good on the triple. Jazz have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them. Luke passes to George. Picked by Markkanen. Lets the 3 fly. Barnes grabs the miss. San Antonio's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Pass to Wembanyama. Outside, Fox. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Fox has got 16 points here in the second half. George with the ball. Markkanen looking it over. Pass to Sensabaugh. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Sensabaugh's got 19 points. George against Fox. GA, just when you think you've seen it all. Past season, a father and son playing as teammates. NBA history continues to be made with the Jameses.
Yeah, LeBron and Bronny James taking the court together. And if other players can emulate the longevity of LeBron, perhaps it won't be the last time we see it happen.
And here's George, following the three-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Barnes outside. Fox kicks to Vassell. Pass to Castle. And here is Fox. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Jazz have gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Here's Sensabaugh. Offline with his three. Wembanyama against Nurkic. Vassell outside. Here's Castle. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
I love that basket from Castle. Heady play from the rookie.
Here we go, goes the 2025 Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle.
Yeah, look, Kevin, you can't say too many good things about this guy, but it starts with this. Like all the best players in the league, he plays both ends of the floor. Stephon Castle can take on the assignment of guarding the best player on the other team, and he's a guy whose skills are rapidly improving offensively. The future is great for this guy.
Now, here's Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. Over Sohan. The Jazz again can't hit it.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
A pass to Fox. Bryant on the wing. Now Wembanyama. Here's Sohan. And the three off target. The Jazz shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Back to Markkanen. Nurkic in the post. Sohan's there. Connects from three-point range. And that's 21 points from Keontae George.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this four-game season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Victor Wembanyama.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
The kick out to Fox. And the three ball is good. Fox has got 36.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. 8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Right side, Fox. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
De'Aaron, there was definitely a point in the second half where you just took over. What's on your mind in those situations?
I mean, for myself, just kind of know where you're getting the shot. You know, obviously with some of the better teams in the league, you know, if something bad's happening, sometimes, you know, that one or two players just has to be able to take the game over. And I feel like I'm always able to get to my spot. And at the end of the day is if you can put the ball in the basket. And I think I did a good job at that in the second half.
Thanks, De'Aaron.
And as always, Allie, thank you so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.